guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Douglas Murray certainly doesn't mince words, and I love when I get to make a video and talk about what Douglas Murray has said because he is absolutely brilliant. And well, when it comes to the religion of Islam, he knows his stuff. We'll get into what he said in just a moment because it is absolutely brilliant. But before we do, I want to let you all know of the Woke Dingbats t-shirt. You can get yours right now. The link is available in the show description. Yes, I do ship internationally, and yes, they are $40, which is actually really cheap considering the quality of shirt you guys are going to be receiving. I'll aim to get them out for you all by the end of April, which means you're going to get them beginning of May, hopefully. And if you have already ordered a shirt, you're in the running to win a signed copy of my book. One of you will win a signed copy of my book, The Path of an Eagle. And if you order up until the 14th of May, you'll also go in the running to win a signed copy of my book, which may be one day worth something. You never know. May not be. But anyway, why wait? Go get yours right now. Link is available in the show description. All right, Douglas Murray. Douglas Murray has got a brand new book out at the moment, which everyone should go and read. I'll put it up on the screen so you know what it is. But Douglas is doing the rounds currently on many different podcasts, and they're asking him lots of different questions. And one thing that I know for certain with Douglas Murray is, number one, he doesn't mince words, and number two, he is incredibly smart. One of the most intelligent people out there. There's a lot that I agree with what Douglas Murray says, and there's not much that I don't agree with him on. So that's saying something. He is just one of the best speakers I think we've got, one of the best orators we've got, and he just knows. He just knows what he's talking about. I strive to be somewhere close to Douglas Murray in terms of my communication skills. So whenever I get to see a video of his and hear him talk, it is truly something else. And Douglas, when it comes to the religion of Islam, he makes so many great points that Islam is a problem. It is a huge issue in the West. Why are we allowing this death cult into our Western civilization, our Western society? And he brings up, so Muslims believe that the Quran and the Prophet Muhammad have the final revelation of Jesus, right? The final revelation of God, I should say, right? And if that is the case, why is it that their societies are not working? Why is it that they want to come over here and they want to take over our Western countries? Why is it that they're more about conquering rather than assimilating? So if that is the final word of God, why does God all of a sudden say it's all about conquering everyone else that is not Muslim? That's an interesting point that Douglas Murray raises. Here is the video.
Particular problem in the Islamic world, which people don't really talk about very much, but it's this, that the Quran is meant to be the final revelation of God to man, the final revelation. There's none after it. And all the revelations that come before in the Abrahamic religions are part of Islam. If you are the recipients of the final word, and you are the followers of that word, and the followers of that prophet and that God, why is your society not working? And why are other societies working? I think this is a deep psychological problem within much of the Muslim world, which is we thought we were the winners theologically. We're the ones who got the final revelation. And I think, by the way, that much of the anti-Americanism, the anti-Zionism, and anti-Westernism in much of the Muslim world falls down to this fact somewhere at its root, which is how come they're doing better than us when we were told that we were best?
How come they are doing better than us when we were told that we were best? If we got the final revelation from God to us as men, why is it the Western civilization, Christian civilizations in the West, so America, founded on Christian values and principles, Australia, the UK, many nations in the West founded on Christian values and principles, why is it that those societies are working, but yet the Muslim or Islamic countries at the moment are founded in oppression, in bondage and violence, segregation, you name it. Why is it that also these Islamic countries are also founded in so much hate? And Douglas points it out very, very clearly, which I think is absolutely brilliant of him to do so. A lot of the anti-Americanism or anti-Westernism, a lot of the anti-Zionism, anti-Semitism, you can name it. A lot of that comes down to this fundamental root issue that he points out. Why is it that other societies are doing better when we were the ones that are supposed to be the best? That would make anyone jealous, right? And when you've got a death cult like the religion of Islam in the mix, and they say that you can't be friends with infidels, you can't be friends with Christians or Jews, anyone that's not Muslim is an enemy. Yes, you would definitely have an issue if Christians are able to welcome you into this peaceful country, but you don't want to assimilate. In fact, you want to take over, you want to bring about Sharia. There's a problem with that, isn't there? Now, there's a lot of hatred in our world today, and this particular religion of Islam stems very closely to the devil, because the devil is the one that deceives, is he not? I made a video about that. It's quite clear, quite evident. The Quran talks about it all the time. Now, if the final word of God to man was to say, take over, deceive, and to annihilate all the Jews, when God says in the Bible that the Jews are his chosen people, how does that work exactly? If God's final word is to say to one particular group of people, the Muslims, kill anyone that is not a Muslim, they're your enemy. That's an interesting line of thought, isn't it? That no Muslim really thinks too much about. No Christian has even really thought too much into that. Because it is a stark reminder, isn't it? Just what this religion entails. Now, Christians believe in the Bible, the Word of God, the final revelation from God to us, and how we should behave and how we should act. Not one verse in this Bible that I'm holding up right here, if we're living in modern times, tells me to go out of my way and have an enemy with anyone and to kill anyone. Not one verse. It tells me how I'm supposed to live, because Jesus told me how I'm supposed to live. So that's exactly how I'm going to live, or at least try to live my life. But the Quran and the Hadith, they're following a false God and a false prophet. They're following someone that wishes death. They're following someone that beheaded 600 people in one day because he felt like it. Whereas God healed. He loved. He never married a 6-year-old girl and then R-worded her at 9. Jesus never did that. Douglas Murray is right for pointing out this fundamental flaw in the religion of Islam. And only Douglas Murray, I think, can really do that, because he is so intelligent at breaking things down to their fundamental realities. It's perfect. It's absolutely brilliant. I didn't even think of that. And I'm glad that he pointed it out. I'm glad that I saw this video, and I'm glad that I'm making this video for you all, because now I get to pass it on if you haven't already seen it. So share this one around, my friends, please, because it's such an important message. Not from me, but from Douglas, because Douglas is the man you should be following and, well, getting his book as well, because I've got quite a few of Douglas Murray's books and I love them. They are brilliant. Anyway, that's enough from me, but you guys take care, be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.